So today, lads, we're going to be talking about Paige Bueckers. Apologies, I can't be particularly loud. I won't be for today. It's currently like nearly 6 p.m. my time. I'm in my grandparents'. I'm going to be recording. You guys have already seen a few videos today. If you guys could subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're like 100 off 56K. It'd be insane. The goal was to hit 60K by the end of the WNBA season. We might be able to hit 65. But basically, yeah, we are the videos today are going to be a little bit iffy for the rest of the day. It's going to be one on the hour every hour. Like, I've had a whole bunch of stuff bookmarked from yesterday and a whole bunch of new stuff I saw on Twitter to talk about today. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is Paige Bueckers. And first of all, my favorite thing is that you've got the old WNBA people. Props to Paige Bueckers for always bouncing back up after getting fouled and not getting the call. And this was right after this happened. I kid you not. I kid you not. This happened like 2 possessions earlier. This happened. She just flails through. She just flails. She just flails. This was called as a foul on Chloe Bibby. Paige just missed a jump shot. I'm not joking when I say this. Paige just missed a wide open jump shot. That's a foul. And just everything when it comes to Paige. Well, to be fair, they missed this travel as well. That's just bad defense. And there's another one that I missed, and it was like the end of the game. It was like a minute to go, and I kid you not, Paige Bueckers literally just no one within 5 feet of her. She missed a jump shot, and as soon as she sees it's going to miss, she just falls to the ground. And Paige Bueckers shot 5 free throws yesterday. She did get fouled. Natasha Howard fouled her on 1. She shot 8 free throws. Natasha Howard fouled her on 1. Every time Paige Bueckers knows she's going to miss a jump shot, she falls on the ground. And she gets that foul as often as she doesn't get it. She literally just falls. And this was Lexie coming into halftime. This is what she said. And you can't really clearly hear it. What Lexie says is they're not letting us touch her. And the one thing I will say is that, like, I didn't mind because it was a Caitlyn Clark situation where a lot of people were like, oh, Paige is offensive fouling the fever. Because Paige got a defensive foul. I'm not joking, on a foul called on Sophie. Paige ran into Sophie with 2 hands and just grabbed Sophie. And Sophie just stood there. Sophie literally stood there, got grabbed, and it was given as a defensive foul. But at the same time, there are plays where Sophie grabbed Paige. The WNBA needs to allow freedom of movement off the ball for guards. But once Paige 1,000,000%, there were situations where she was just getting grabbed off the ball. That's a bad refereeing. That's absolutely bad refereeing. But nobody gets off the ball calls in this league. Nobody. No guard, no forward. The refs are just bad for that in general. But Paige Bueckers shoots 90% of Paige Bueckers' free throws are for her just flailing. They won a game against the New York Liberty because Paige Bueckers flailed. Because Paige Bueckers knew she was going to miss a jump shot. She came up in a really weird position and she just double clutched. She double clutched an open jump shot and bricked it. Like, Paige Bueckers, literally her go-to when she sees that ball not going in the air, she's hitting the deck. She is hitting the deck and she gets the calls. Like, people are like, oh, people are literally quoting free throw numbers. And everyone, like the Paige fans, they are the dumbest fans in all of basketball because they will quote the Fever versus the Sparks game from last year. And at the end of that game, it wasn't like they were just hacking intentionally, but every time it looked like Caitlyn Clark was going to shoot a 3-pointer, they just fouled her. They literally were like, we are not losing this game by 2s. So we're going to send Caitlyn to the line every time. Like, Caitlyn, I think I remade that thumbnail like 3 times because I think in the last, Caitlyn had 30 in that game, but I think she had 8. She had 6 free throws in the last minute of that game. So, like, I think up until the 4th, she had like 6 free throws. And we all know how much more aggressive Caitlyn is toward the basket. Like, it should be harder to shoot free throws on a mid-range shot. But, like, you can take a layup and get hit like that. The referees aren't going to call it. You can shoot a 3-pointer and someone could literally undercut you. And the referees aren't going to call it. Chloe Bibby literally did. This is how Chloe Bibby got hit on a 3-point shot. No call. No call on one of her makes. But if you just flail, if Paige just flops to the ground on a jump shot. It's the AJ whistle. It is the AJ and the Stewie whistle. It is this weird thing, and his fee gets it as well, where like players that just drop to the ground after a mid-range shot in this league get free throws. And in fairness, like you can say, you know what, Paige is high IQ because she's realized that, but like Court Williams doesn't really get them. But like it's now a situation where you are scared that Paige Bueckers is going to get free throws every single shot she misses because she just jumps on the ground. And not only that, unless Paige has literally 10 feet of space, she is going to fall on the ground after every single shot. And like, she's going to get the calls. I wouldn't mind it if everybody got these calls, by the way. Man, imagine Caitlyn with these calls. And by the way, I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world that Paige is getting these calls. And like Lexie Hull being like, we can't even touch her. At the end of the day, freedom of movement for guards should be a thing, but it should be the same thing both ways. Like, they're hacking Kelsey Mitchell and they're getting away with it. To be fair, Dejanay Carrington's defense was literally just hacking. She can't get away with it now. She's on the wings. But at the end of the day, like, we're watching these games and it's like these referees, like Sophie Cunningham just had two hands on the ball on a double-handed block on Myjah Hines-Allen foul. We are literally seeing people getting shoved from behind for no calls. And we are watching a player in real time, a very special player in Paige Bueckers. She needs to start shooting three-pointers. I mean that when I say that. Paige Bueckers attempted three 3-point shots in a game. You cannot be a winning guard in 2025 attempting three 3-point shots, especially when you're as good a three-point shooter as Paige is. 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2, and it's not that much harder to shoot a pull-up 3 and a pull-up mid-range, Paige. Not that much harder. Courtney Williams figured it out. You were a better three-point shooter when you were 19 than you are right now, or a more willing three-point shooter. Start shooting threes again. Stop thinking you're freaking Sean Livingston. Don't, like, try to be the female. Like, people talk about the female Kyrie. Hell no, the way she's playing right now, she's the female Sean Livingston. But, yeah, she's like better Courtney Williams. And I think that's the reason why it's so egregious with Paige, is because every one of her shots is a mid-range shot. It's not like, okay, she drives aggressively at a player and makes contact, and you could say like, oh, it's not a foul, but you can see why the refs called it. Like, loads of them, where it's like, there are fouls, and by the way, everybody gets these fouls, whether it be Caitlyn, whether it be Paige, whether it be Aaliyah, even players with bad whistles. If they're aggressive and you go in, it's a tough one to call. It could be a charge, it could be a block. Like Natasha Howard, I think it was Paige, she offensively fouled, and I'm like, it's an offensive foul, but I can see why the refs called it. So Natasha Howard, I think, came in, I think it was Paige, like armbarred her off first, and then if it was Paige or whoever it was, because they got armbarred off, they just swiped down, falling backwards, and the referee called the swipe down instead of calling the initial first offensive foul. But if you're aggressive, refs can make bad calls on aggression, and they're understandable. Paige literally flails when nobody's near her. Like, nobody's near Paige Bueckers and she hits the ground and gets calls. Like, that's the problem. It's the Aja problem. Like, nobody's complaining about the Aja whistle, when she's aggressive taking down left. People complain about the Aja whistle when she shoots those mid-range shots with no one near her and she knows it's going out and just hits the deck. Or just randomly just kicks out. She just kicks. She just kicks her leg randomly with no one anywhere near her and it's a foul. They're the times where people are like, what the hell is this Aja whistle? And Paige loves the sweep through. Like, someone has their hands there. You're not allowed to do it anymore. You're not allowed to do this Chris Paul sweep through the hand, shot for guaranteed shots. Like, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul got that shit banned. It's not foul anymore. It's not a foul if you as an offensive player swipe through somebody's hand. And like, that seems, and she shot at least 10 free throws this year off that. And I'm like, she has, in fairness to Paige, like, she is good at manipulating referees. I have to say, she is good at manipulating referees. But there are some of these calls, and like, you can see with the Fever players complaining about it. And in fairness, I don't know what the hell happened. The Fever players just started getting really physical with her in the second half, and Paige did not like it. Paige did not like it at all. The refs weren't giving her any of those bullshit fouls. Like, the refs didn't. She didn't get any bullshit fouls in the second half. Other than the one on Sophie Cunningham where she grabbed it, but it is what it is. Like, that's a foul where two players got locked up. The refs can give it either way. The refs at halftime completely switched up, and the 3 free throws she shot were 3 free throws. And late on in the game, she was expecting to get fouls when she was literally just missing she was literally just, a player would be standing there jumping into the player and missing, or knowing when you're falling to the ground and complaining to the refs. And I'm like, of course she's complaining because she got that foul in the first half. So I would like the consistency, and I would like, I would like Caitlyn Clark or Kelsey Mitchell to have the Paige whistle, please. Please, referees, can you, if you're gonna give a guard a really special whistle, can it be a fever guard, please?